Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Poor versus Pricey, the series where we take the most appropriate yet shittest gear possible and put it up against the best possible gear we can afford in any PVM bossing or raiding content in old school RuneScape. In today's video, we will be taking on the headless vampiric tentacle-wielding freak known as Vardorvis from Desert Treasure 2. You all know him, some of you may love him. His drop table's kinda shit, but a lot of people out there from the last video seem to be confused at what this series is trying to achieve. We're not trying to see if best in slot is better than the shit tier gear. We know that it's going to be better, that's a fact. What we're trying to achieve here is to see if it is worth grabbing a credit card and swiping to buy gold in this game, which people unironically do to buy better gear, and will that actually achieve results that are worth your real life money? Because I don't think every boss is actually going to satisfy you in that field. A lot of people are confused thinking that you need to have good gear to be able to achieve certain results. I think that's bullshit. I think it doesn't matter what gear you wear. If you know what you're doing, the biggest impact you will have on PVM in this game is knowing your timings, your positioning, how to pray flick, how to manage your food and resources, and just knowing the overall boss mechanics. And that is what we're trying to achieve in this series. Is it worth spending X amount of money on gear to shave off X amount of time on average per boss kill? That's what we're going to achieve today. That's what we're going to find out with Vardorvis. Is it worth spending money to upgrade this gear here? Now, I don't have a fire cape on this account, so we've upgraded to the Infernal Cape because why not? And if I had a tent whip, I'd probably use that over the zombie axe, but I don't have a tent whip on this account either. We've gone with the Darok setup here, the Rune Defender T because we don't have a Dragon Defender, and extra swag, and a Ring of Recoil. And over in the inventory, the Chally, the Pots, the dog shit with the Throwls. Now the risk here in total on the poor account is roughly 4.4 mil. Not too bad, a little bit above our usual budget, but I think we have to have a spec weapon, and I don't have a DDS on hand. The Crystal Halberd seems to be a lower tier spec weapon as well, so a lot of people are able to achieve that, and you can just assume that it's a fire cape instead of an infernal cape. The difference in those capes is really like non-existent, especially in a setup like this. You will never see a difference, so it's not really too big of a deal. As for the Rich Boy setup, we are looking at some serious juice. We're going full Torva, Void Waker to start off the kill with the Infernal, the Mole Slippers, best in slot boots, of course. They may not be the most valuable, but they are always the most qualified for the job. Ferocious Gloves, Rancor. The Bellator ring, I hear, is definitely the play over the, what's the other one? The strength bonus, the heavier strength bonus ring. I can't remember what it's called. On Vardorvis. Over in the inventory, we have a Scythe for our main damage, Claws to finish off the kill. Obviously, our big boy expensive Prey Regen Potions. And then the inventory, rest of that, just fill it with some dog shit. You got Throwls for extra damage as well. And that is our two setups today. Will we get a decent time on the rich player account to make it worth spending your money? Or will the poor thrive this time? So far, with Zora and for Sunny's Nightmare, it feels like it's worth spending that money for some extra gear. Zora, all around, definitely want to spend some money if you have it to upgrade. With the Nightmare, mostly in the mage department, the Zombie Axe does pretty fine. But today's about Vardorvis. Let's find out. And let's take the poor account there first. We'll just take the Mountain Guard because while I've got the teleport on this account, I don't on the main because I don't give a shit. And with the run energy changes now, we don't really have to worry about any sort of stamina. We're just going to get kind of fingered a little bit by these strangled guys. But that's no big deal. We're here for Vardorvis, so let's get it done. Well, I just realized I don't have my spellbook set correctly on this account, so let me just switch that real quick. All right, here we go, boys. We're on the correct spellbook. We've got some markers up for the axes. I feel like most people do that. It just makes the fight a lot easier to figure out what's going on. And I believe with the Crystal Halberd, you kind of only want to use it once at the very end of the fight to kind of close the kill because it's such a slow weapon. So we won't really fuck around too much with that. We're just going to pot up, piety, protect melee, and just hope we can get a decent kill here. Good luck. Alright, that was a little spicy. I didn't play that the best, of course. What's that kill time looking like? 2 minutes 30. Ooh, that's a bit rough. Honestly, quite a few zeros there from the Zombie Axe. Definitely wasn't my most best performing kill. I fucked up a few times. I didn't realize the axe was coming back like midway through the kill. But aside from my axe fuck ups, because that caused me to eat a fair bit, so I probably lost like 20 seconds there just eating and being a retard. I'd say closer to 2 minutes for a more perfect kill. Quite a few zeros, unfortunately, and I think I could have Charlie Spec maybe one attack earlier. That's the main thing with Vardorvis. It's more about how well you play the axes and how much damage you take rather than how you are doing damage at the end of the day. I feel like I should have been more accurate there, especially with the pot and the zombie axe, but as his health gets lower, his defense gets lower. I was just still hitting zero, so I wasn't too happy with that result, but at the end of the day, that's the setup. 150 slash accuracy. RNG's in the way, but 2 minutes 30. Can the rich setup do any better? Let's find out. Well, not that can it do any better, we know it will, but how much better will it do, and will it be worth the money to invest in a scythe, the whole shebang? I mean, look at this, look, the setup's worth well over max, and that's even with the parchment defender and the rune pouch. We're looking at the scythe here already, looking at a juicy... Wait, there's no price? How much is the fucking scythe worth? Probably about 1.6 bill, 1.7 bill or something. Point is, we got a lot of damage here. I'm hoping, I mean, this will be the first kill since the quest in this account. I'm hoping to set a nice sub 1 minute 30 record with ease without even trying. So good luck. All right, boys, here we go. Now, I know you can't start with the Voidwaker spec on Vardorvis, but I think if we start with a slash spec and then into the scythe, might be the best overall outcome, being a game tick earlier. I don't know how much we give a shit about that, but we're just going to pot up. Hit him with it, summon the thrall, there we go, nice juicy hit. Fucking bop! Alright, done. 1 minute 38. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I played that as best I could. Some of the axe spawns are a bit spicy at the end there. Maybe if I moved to the middle earlier, that would have been better. I personally think the drop table is horseshit, 120 mind runes. That's less than a minute of extra time, and I probably could have shaved about 20 seconds off the poor account here. To be honest, I don't think it's worth it. Like, straight up, the verdict there. What did I use resource-wise here? I used, what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sharks, 2 carambrams, 2 doses of prayer, and that was me being, like, relatively sloppy. I haven't done this boss in a fair bit, to be honest with you. As for this boss, I used 3 bits of food, and I was just getting smacked through Torva still. Like, he just fucking hurts. Is defense even worth wearing here? I don't know. I feel like, yes, of course it can be faster. Like, a temp whip can do a faster time than 138. Which is, like, legitimately, a temp whip can get, like, sub 120 kills. It's no issue at all. I've seen it happen. So, I don't think it's worth it on Vardorvis. I think buying gear... Torva especially, stuff like that, you don't need it. The scythe, sure, but like a blade of Saldor, if you've got one, a tent whip is great. The zombie axe, I think the tent whip's probably better than the zombie axe, to be honest. I don't think it's worth it. If you have the noxious halberd, that's apparently really good. Sorry, axe apparently is slightly better than the scythe, provided you're on 5 hits the whole time, but shit, I think this boss he's too aggressive for the gear to be worth it. You may as well just... I feel like he hit me more on the Torva than he did when I was in the barrows. That's how much damage I felt I was taking in best in slot. I don't think it is worth buying gear for Vardorvis grind with your hard-earned real-life money. You should save it, get a temp whip. You can run the barrows gear or the bandos or whatever you want to afford. You can upgrade little bits here, like you can get a blood fury or a torture. Like, we're running a fucking glory here and a rune defender, for fuck's sake. And there is a normal needs no helmet, not even a face guard or a serp. There's plenty of room for improvement on this account alone with only a 4 mil setup versus max cash. Absolutely fucking not. I don't think Vardorvis is worth it. I had a hunch that would be the result going into this fight. Vardorvis, the way he's set up, the way this boss fight is, and the way this game works, it is abso-fucking-lutely not worth spending your money, swiping mum's credit card to get yourself some more high-end gear. Do what you can and upgrade your gear within your own means. Start with something like this at a very basic level. And oh fuck! Oh! Oh, I got him at the end there. I didn't realize I had a shark. Oh, damn. That was an accident. I didn't realize I had a shark in my inventory there. Fuck, I thought I was out of food. 2 minute 20 though, slightly faster kill. Did die there. That was an accident. I accidentally started the fight. figured I'd go for it. We shaved off 10 seconds there, and I had to pot up as well a fair bit. I had to eat because I was starting like 40 HP. I ran out of prayer like twice in there. I didn't realize my prayer had dropped so low. It was on like 16 prayer. So I think that will further solidify the fact that even though I died because dog shit player, the resources I had, the current like setup I was sitting on going into that fight alone. And where is it? The stranglewood. And even on top of that, having to eat up just to be somewhat manageable to get to the end of that fight, 2 minutes 20. There's no way that a minute 38, even just like as a basic average kill for this setup, is fucking worth your money. So don't spend your money on your Vardorvis setup. Don't use real money. Grind it out yourself. Get the money yourself. It's not very expensive to go for a Bandos approach here with some Zenite jewelry and maybe a face guard. And definitely don't spend money on an Infernal Cape because that shit's fucking garbage. You're literally going to be the Elon Musk, like how he is with Path of Exile and Diablo, paying people to do the top end hardcore accounts and then being like, oh yeah, I'm a top Diablo player, but then not knowing how to play the game. That's literally you buying your own Infernal Cape. So don't be that dickhead. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Much love. Don't spend money on Vardorvis. Good night. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge.